Everton stand at the dawn of yet another league campaign. The overwhelming question being, of course, how ready are they? It's a great time to be a fan. Smiles are beaming, expectations are up. They've been deprived of the game during the off-season. It feels like an eternity. New hopes, new faces, but the same old game. That match-day feeling is well and truly back. So what a stage for the players to take to here ahead of such an important game. So everybody starts on nothing. Last season is in the past. We are all equals.
Well, with star names and new faces, both on the pitch and on the bench, let's hope for a more attractive, competitive and unpredictable league. A better product for all to see, although I'm beginning to think that we're asking for the impossible. We'll get lots to analyse and debate, come what may, as ever. And this ought to get us off to a busy start. I've been waiting for this quite a while, and I know you have too, Peter. So, here we go.
So it's down to business here. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Jordan Pickford. He's a great all-round goalkeeper, Peter. Great at shot-stopping and dominant in his box. He also gets counter-attacks going with his accurate long passes. The opposition should be a little wary of committing too many men forward to attack, because if it does break down, this guy can get them in trouble pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. So who's he picking out? Mata. Loose ball, who's going to get there? Iwobi. Played in with accuracy. It's Wan-Bissaka. Gomez very firm in standing his ground there. It is a tough, full contact contest. Across the field it goes. Throw it. Juan Mata. Martial. That's been drilled forward. Keane is there and he can get that clear. Keane knocks it away. McTominay delivers the ball. Defending of the desperate variety. It's a loose ball. Chance! Gomez tries to clear. And it's Martial. Martial. Oh, sweet feet. It's Pogba! Oh, that's quite incredible!
Oh, it was a brilliant way to more or less bring this first half to a close, and you can only applaud such a fabulous goal to separate these two teams, and from a player we should never really doubt. Oh, it's a keeper's nightmare, Peter. He just couldn't pick up on it until it was way too late, having so many bodies in front of him.
Deadlock. We hit half-time. There we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time, because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
The second half gets underway.
Everton don't need to press the panic button just yet. They may have to tweak their setup first. If they don't grab an early goal in this second half, they can't hold back though.
Digne goes looking. Iwobi goes on a charge down the left. Time to deliver. Goes for goal! Deflection may or may not have made a difference. Little matter, it is his. And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I think this is a case of anything you can do, we can do too. I mean, they're matching each other like for like here.
Bernard battling down that right flank. Shaw.
Manchester United have pushed both fullbacks into quite advanced positions here.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what are they attempting to do?
Well, it's a bold attempt, in my opinion, to occupy the opposition in a way they're not expecting.
Now it's Sigurdsson. Goes for goal! Worth a try. Shame about the outcome.
Richarlison really improvised cleverly there. His quick thinking almost paid off in real style.
Remains 1-1 with about a quarter of the game to play. Delph hoists it forward. Down by a lack of accuracy. Greenwood. He's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. He's pulled off a fine save.
Absolutely terrific reflexes. Goalkeeping at its very best.
Keane. Out to the left it goes. That wasn't the greatest of balls. Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious as to who was going to be taken off. His energy levels began to sag, and he was never going to last until the final whistle.
Pogba threads one through, and it's Shaw. Nice touch. One good cross, maybe the last chance. Delph with a fine tackle. And there goes the final whistle. Everton are held on the opening day. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Both managers may not admit it in public, but privately they may have taken a draw before a ball was kicked. Avoiding defeat keeps enthusiasm and spirit high, so plenty to remain buoyant about here.
Well, that's the lot for now. Thanks to you, Jim, and goodbye. Hello and welcome all as we wait for the start of a match amongst the most anticipated fixtures over the course of the entire season. A day certainly not for the faint-hearted. It is yet another edition of this long-standing conflict between two sides engaged in a never-ending rivalry. One that never has and never will lose its intensity, no matter what the context, no matter how many times these two clubs meet. This one of the great amphitheatres of the game. You are welcome to it, and indeed to one of the grandest fixtures. We're underway.
Look, this isn't likely to be decided by the best formation or a tactical game plan. When you meet the enemy, it's all about heart and passion, and who wants it more. This won't be soft and gentle.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. Sigurdsson. Plenty waiting in the middle. Well defended, that had to be done. Everton with a reasonable start to the season. A draw first up. And it's Digne. Lallana gets his foot in there. And now they can launch a counter. Now it's Lallana. Gets the better of his man. Now it's Oxlade-Chamberlain. The worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. Finds himself eased off the ball. Mohamed Salah.
Well, I don't think it was the wisest option, Peter, once he got into that position. It's not as if he didn't have people nearby.
Richarlison spreads it towards the left. Just brushed off the ball there. Ball's loose, who's getting there? He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Digne crosses. And Dijk attempts a clearance. Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Keeper sends it forward.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Bernard with the crossfield ball. Gomez, and here's Iwobi. There's the ball in. And the through. And Dolph! Good stop. That wasn't easy.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
It's going to be the final action of the first half. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. To look back on the first 45 minutes.
I think it's been a very impressive defensive effort. They've never been broken down and contained the opposition attack extremely well.
Everton head to the dressing room, not yet having broken through. Tight, cagey game. Not the team any further forward than they were when they started out. If you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Everton clearly have been the better side for me. Yeah, I know the score doesn't quite reflect it, but if they go about their game in the same manner as the opening 45 minutes, things really should improve.
Bernard. Hit long and direct. Iwobi. Oh, sweet feet. It's a brilliant interception. That'll be a throw. Liverpool making another change here. And it's Digne. It's going to be another throw. Oh, really good feet from him. Klein plotting from out on the right-hand side. Dinks one in. It's the goalkeepers to claim. Mina. Across the field it goes. Bernard. Sigurdsson. Has a goal! Oh, good delivery, almost the perfect outcome.
Well, plenty of moving targets to pick out in the box. Obviously increases your chances of the ball being met like that by someone.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. So we have a double substitution going on here. They're guilty of lacking inventiveness here. It's all broken down. Well, it's a safety in numbers approach to defending here.
Yeah, but dropping deep can bring more trouble.
Yeah?
Well, shots from distance and space in wider positions, besides the obvious issue of inviting most of your opposition high up the pitch.
Sidibe. And it's Bernard. Delph. Firmino. Now it's Shaqiri. Out to the left it goes. And there goes the final whistle. Well, it looked 0-0 from a fair way out. Little craft or guile or penetration. Defence is largely untroubled. It's goals. Well, how will we look back on that?
Yeah, I think the first thing to say is that the draw was about the right result. It had everything you want in a clash of this nature, the commitment, the passion, great ebb and flow to the game, and I think everybody can go home with a little bit of satisfaction from this.
Well, thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Good evening wherever you are on this most pleasant evening. There has been a clamour to get inside the ground tonight for a much anticipated game. The roads outside of the stadium have been bumper to bumper with traffic. The car parks are full. There is a torrent of humankind making its way from the nearby station, and we expect every seat to be filled. An atmosphere of great expectation and excitement. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. Everton have gone with a 4-5-1, Jim.
Well, most teams that use this system, Peter, will work it in a way where, yes, they'll have a 4-5-1 shape off the ball and ideally a 4-3-3 shape on it. We often see that 4-1-4-1 shape too, and that has an obvious flexibility about it. It's a popular managerial selection because of that. It's just extremely flexible with all the numbers I've mentioned.
So it's down to business here. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Hugo Lloris. His lightning-fast reactions and all-round shot-stopping ability make him a formidable obstacle for opposition strikers. And you'd always back him, Peter, in a one-on-one. He doesn't just stick to his penalty here.
Sigurdsson! been taken short. Oh, that's neat. And Yarmouth can get it clear. Dyer.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what are they trying to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Everton are still winless after the first quarter of the season. It is quite incredible.
Well, it is absolutely incredible, and they've tried pretty much everything to rectify the problem and can't. So I think some of that transfer kitty has got to be spent.
Dino. Across the field it goes. Lovely feet. Sigurdsson. And it's Sidibe. That is terrific skill. Massive leap! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
Oh, I'm not sure what he had in mind, and I don't think he knew either.
Alderweireld tries to get it forward quickly. Dyer. Alderweireld. Still waiting for the first goal. Eriksson drives it forward. Iwobi. Sigurdsson. Delph. There's the end of the first half. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
I think it's been a very impressive defensive effort. They've never been broken down and contained the opposition attack extremely well.
After 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. Here we go again then.
Everton can feel really happy with themselves. The scoreline doesn't back it up, but they've played with urgency and purpose. Can't afford to lose patience in this second half. They've got to persevere.
Has gone out. Son Heung-min coming on. And he continue his terrific scoring impact on the competition. Iwobi. Tottenham come here off the back of that highly entertaining 2-2 draw. Delph. Delph gets it out to the wing. Son Heung-min. Still nothing to reflect upon in terms of goals here. It is 0-0. Alderweireld with the crossfield ball. Sidibe. Delph. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
Alderweireld. Alderweireld goes looking. Sigurdsson is being picked on here.
Well, closing them down first, Peter, is a very necessary step in preventing them from building attacks.
Sidibe. Now it's Bernard. And it's Sidibe. Delph. And here's Bernard. Lovely bit of skill. A chance to play it in.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
In with a header! Oh, that's incredible! And that's got to be it! That has got to be it! Great header, made it look easy.
Yeah, I just thought he wanted that more than anyone else on the pitch, and it was fully deserved. He gave it everything he had.
Tottenham take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got...
And that is that. Well, we can analyse to your heart's content. It won't change the outcome. They have lost the game. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
It's a poor result. They offered very little goal threat, and it's the kind of unproductive performance that can drain confidence pretty quickly. At the business end, they just can't close the deal.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. Well, hello, good afternoon to one and all. Like you, we are very much ready to go here and looking forward to a game that has been the topic for universal conversation in this part of the world for much of the last few days. It's dry at the moment, but the forecasters have warned us of impending rain. There's no certainty about that, but when it does come, it shouldn't affect the dynamics of a match which has so much riding on it. The Emirates Stadium in all its glorious modernity, this symbol of new Arsenal, the Arsenal of the 21st century. So who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Alexandre Lacazette. He really is a top-class striker, Peter. His movement's so sharp and instinctive, and his first touch is usually bang on, giving him the best possible opportunity of getting an effort away. He's not just a goal poacher, though. He puts in a good defensive shift too, pressing the opposition high up the pitch.
Hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. So off we go then. Kolasinac. Granit Xhaka. Hector Bellerin. Torreira. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Özil gets it back. And that is as far as they're going to go. Aubameyang. Has a look and plays it in. Gomez.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Shoots! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, as tests go, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
Arsenal have come to the defence of their manager after he came in for some stick regarding some of his decision-making.
Look, some of the scrutiny is a bit over the top these days, and you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. But he really didn't help himself. His decision-making was puzzling, to say the least.
Kolasinac battles to win it back.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what are they trying to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Papastathopoulos. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Sigurdsson. Bernard, not easily shrugged off the ball. Bernard's cross.
Well, when the options aren't quite present in the box, it's the crosser's interest to hold on for the support.
And it's Delph. Gomez. Over to the left. Digne, towering header! And the whistle goes for half-time. So now the team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. The midway point of the game.
Everton ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
So they head in no further forward. The score here still 0-0. The game has already resumed here.
At least there's always a plus side to a scoreless half. Defences are doing what they should, and it's going to take good imagination to break the deadlock here.
That's a throw. Digne. Well read, he sorted that out. Everton suffered a frustrating loss last time, from which the boss is hoping for a reaction. And here's Aubameyang. And Aubameyang! That has certainly tested the keeper.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
And it's been taken short. Aimed in towards the centre. He's tried one.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
Digne. Needs a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. Gomez. Sigurdsson. He's gone for it! And that certainly packed a punch. And here's Aubameyang.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
It won't be. In with the challenge.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
And the referee brings it to a close. And stalemate. One, if not for fans, then perhaps for coaches, satisfied by organisation and solidity. Little cutting edge at either end, and it finishes 0-0. Well, good evening to you and welcome on this most perfect evening for a game of football. Conditions are absolutely splendid and fans. The folk of this town have come out in their droves for this match. Why wouldn't they? It is an ideal circumstance for what could be an ideal game. Everybody has been attracted to it. It has been the talk of the town, and the buses have been packed, double-decker buses lining up outside. Coaches have carried thousands of away supporters here too, and all of it adds up to make a terrific, a crackling atmosphere. The match, I think, will be quite a spectacle. One glance and you know where we are. Goes for goal! It's there! That really was a thing of beauty, curled in effortlessly.
You know what was notable in that, Peter, was the fact that he didn't try to blast it. He chose placement instead and delivered a peach.
Everton go ahead, 1 goal to the good. Gomez. Digne switches it towards the other side. And it's Sidibe. Bernard provides an outlet. Almiron drives it forward. Promising move that. Good inroads into enemy territory, but no joy. Richarlison takes the long option. Dummett goes looking. Can't get the better of his opposite number. Lascelles goes direct to the front line. Digne takes it over to the other flank. Delph. Sidibe has come steaming up from the back for this. Now it's Delph. Gomez. And the finish! And that has been clubbed away. Defended, that had to be done. There's the end of the first half. Here we are, as they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
Well, that certainly pleased the fans, and the players are definitely happy with that scoreline. The question is now, can they protect it?
Everton head into the dressing room, pleased with the thought that they have that all-important lead. Analysis to come during the break. So we're already into the second period.
Well, 1-0 may be good enough, so they may err on the side of caution and get more players behind the ball instead of running beyond it. They could even try to spoil it from here, we'll see.
Delph. Sigurdsson set up one. Sigurdsson is fouled. Big chance! Oh, what a goal! A finish right from the top draw. 2 up now, and they are cruising. Oh, that is out of this world. Terrific improvisation and execution. He's made it 2, and no doubt he's hungry for more. Things starting to look very comfortable.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Drives it towards the front. Newcastle disappointing in the end there. Oh, lack of urgency. Iwobi has a hit!
Well, I think when you're in that situation, all you can do is tip your hat to the keeper, because that was fantastic.
Newcastle have come to the defence of their manager after he came in for some stick regarding some of his decision-making.
I think tactically he didn't make a good job of things for starters, and then compounded matters in trying to correct it. I only hope he's thick-skinned.
Lascelles hoists it forward. That's the sort of defending that is going to upset the opposition. It already has, actually.
Yeah, and they finally reacted, but they could have been more switched on before he scored.
Sidibe tries to switch the play. Iwobi. Lascelles can get it clear. Sigurdsson. Richarlison. He'll hit it! Oh, that's a terrific save from the keeper.
Gylfi Sigurdsson really must have felt he had the measure of the keeper then.
So that's it. It is all over. Everton away with the win. A job really well done in all departments. Real sum-of-the-parts team effort. Your reflections then, Jim?
Look, we saw some textbook football from wide areas that continued to produce expansive attacking play that was ultimately too hard to handle. They were simply too good in the wide areas. This is a performance that hasn't just got my approval. Listen.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you... Well, we have the most perfect day for you. A warm hello in every sense of the word. The sun is out and football has a special place on this most idyllic of days. A fixture ahead of us to which we've all been looking forward for so very, very long, and it means so very, very much. The scene could not be more beautiful. The pitch looks terrific. The players are ready to get started, and we cannot wait for the contest that lies ahead. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely picture perfect for a game of this nature. As you can see, we've already started here. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, the goalkeeper, Kepa. He never seems to get flustered or lose his composure. That kind of calmness is infectious too, and...
Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Oh, what a ball! Batshuayi! The defence can get it clear. Willian. Richarlison.
Chelsea have pushed both fullbacks into quite advanced positions here.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what are they attempting to do?
Well, it's a bold attempt, in my opinion, to occupy the opposition in a way they're not expecting.
Great leap! Oh, that was no routine save.
Delph really must have felt he had the measure of the keeper then, but how wrong he was.
Gomez. Foot in. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Now it's Willian. Had a shot. And he's done it! And that is about as cool as they come. He picks his spot expertly.
Well, you know, sometimes it pays off not to think too much about things, just put your foot through it, and that was a good example. Great contact, and The keeper had very little chance.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Still a fragile lead though, they can't afford to sit on this.
The whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Raspilicueta. Emerson. Everton are trailing here with the first half almost done. Conte. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Iwobi drives it forward. Defence has got rid of that. And we've reached half-time. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, it hasn't exactly got the plan so far, but there's no need to panic. There's still plenty of time to get back into this. As always, an early goal would help swing things back in their favour.
The action is back on the way.
Everton need to get the balance right to sort this out. Ambition must be complemented by just the right amount of caution, and I think the more experienced players can oversee that.
Oh, really good feet from him. Gomez. Fired deep towards the back post. And it's Sidibe. Now it's Bernard. Nicely controlled. And he's there to cut it out. Conte. Hoists it forward. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Jorginho. Emerson. Delph. Going through. Bernard.
That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must.
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do.
Up to meet it! Should have equalised.
It looked like he got a bit anxious there when the pressure was on.
Checks on the touchline, a change about to occur.
Well, he's worked so hard for his side, as you would expect, but you couldn't help notice that he was starting to labour a bit, so it's no surprise.
Willian already, of course, on the score sheet. Barkley. Conte. Hoists it high. That intervention was very necessary.
Chelsea certainly don't.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that is truly disappointing. It is a results business, and this result is worth nothing. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
That's a fairly demoralising loss. They hardly threatened, and this was about as insipid as it comes.
Well, a very good evening to you as you join us for tonight's live game. Unfortunately, our weather forecast is somewhat less than promising. We're told to expect intermittent spells of heavy rain, which might very well impact on the quality of the football later. It'll certainly add a new dimension, especially for those players who like to keep hold of the ball. A few anxious faces hoping it will all somehow stay away, but I have to tell you that we are told is an extremely unlikely scenario. One glance and you know where we are. It is one of the most recognisable arenas for the beautiful game in the world. And boy, does it add to the occasion. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. So in 90 minutes, we will be at exactly the halfway point of this season. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Bernardo Silva, he's a real box of tricks, Peter, with a super first touch and a really nice, silky smooth dribbling style. He's also got an eye for a telling pass, and he's a more than decent finisher too. What we don't usually comment on is his phenomenal work rate, and that...
Towering header! It's in! The breakthrough strike!
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they perfected that on the training ground because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front. They really commit forward in numbers too. It was all very well drilled.
Everton take the lead, 1-0.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining game from here on. Gabriel Jesus really got caught in a trap there, and he just couldn't get out.
Richarlison, well weighted. Bernard gets away from his opponent, and Bernard! That has been clubbed away. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Stones with the clearance. Goes for goal! Straight at the keeper.
Richarlison might be slightly consoled by at least hitting the target.
Bernardo Silva. Oh, well defended. That had to be done. There's the whistle for half-time. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, they showed glimpses of some wonderful football to go in with the lead at half-time, and that's definitely pleased the fans. I think they'll be looking to keep this intensity up now in the second half.
Everton head into the dressing room pleased with the thought that they have that all-important lead. Analysis to come during the break. Already up and running for the second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Manchester City, whose last result owes so much to the astuteness of their manager.
He's a manager who understands how important the bench can be and the timing of substitutions. If needed, he's quick to make changes, and I just think he has more than a plan B.
Laporte goes looking. De Bruyne finds himself eased off the ball. Forward it goes. Digne. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Bernardo Silva did really well to intervene and dispel the growing danger. Oh, it's opened up nicely for him. And he just whacks it away. It's Bernardo Silva. Now it's De Bruyne! Oh, what a wonderful stop!
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Delph. Hardly anything between the sides. And it's 1-0. Richarlison gets it out to the wing.
This is good ball retention, and it should be enough from here, but they want to double their advantage.
Well, he's worked so hard for his side, as you would expect, but you couldn't help notice that he was starting to labour a bit, so it's no surprise.
Zinchenko plays it forward. It's Aguero! And that could come back to haunt them.
Oh, that could prove a pivotal moment in this match. They needed that goal badly, you know.
Everton just have to run down the clock. Silva. Sidibe. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Terrific contest. It really might have tipped either way. The margins were tiny, just a goal in it, but that was enough. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, a result which owed much to grind and graft, Peter. Not the prettiest of wins, but a very professional performance, I would say. And a clean sheet, of course, is all...